This is the new DNT NVMD, and it stands for Night Vision Multi-Purpose Device. And it's unlike anything that I know that's on the market. And we're just going to go through at least 4 of the main functions, and then we're going to, of course, demonstrate everything. But the first thing, if you want it to be a standalone optic, you have this high-quality, high-definition image that, of course, has night vision function, but most of us are going to use it in the day, which works fine as well. And with that high definition, you can zoom from 1 to 6x. Of course, you'll have your reticle in there, and so you can just slap it on, use it as a dedicated scope, and of course you'll have night vision as well. The next thing, you can use it as a magnifier for a red dot or like a holographic sight. You can put it behind it and use it for a 1 power that you can record through up to a 6 power as a magnifier. And when you have their flip to the side mode, you can just get it out of the way if you want to. And that's the third point. You can use it as an action camera. There's a sensor in here that when you use their flip to side mount, it will automatically start recording when you throw it to the side. It's going to record in portrait mode, of course, because you're going landscape to portrait. You're literally turning a camera. But that's kind of cool because you can have it out of your way, still see downrange and record everything, still use your regular optics. And then the fourth function is using it as a clip-on optic for, say, in front of an LPVO scope. You can put it on the very front, and now your LPVO that's already zeroed and ready to go, that you're using most of the time just for day shooting, is now a night vision device. So we're going to load up some mags and get to shooting and show you each one of these, but first we're going to thank our sponsor, and that is Checkmate Magazines. Chances are you may even have a Checkmate magazine in your collection with any of the high quality firearms because they've been shipping them for years as an OEM manufacturer. But if you have an M14, an M9, Desert Eagle, Smith & Wesson Shield, 2011s or a 1911, go check out Checkmate Magazines. They're USA made with a lifetime warranty and a lifetime guarantee. Remember, your firearm's only as reliable as the magazine you feed it with, so go check out Checkmate Mags, and we thank them for sponsoring this video. So we have it on standalone mode on this BNT 9mm. And I wanted to show you the zeroing process as well. So we're going to load up and just put one center mass on. Okay, we're pretty low right. We're going to do it again for a group. We're hitting same spot. So zeroing process is pretty cool and easy. And I like you to see that because you can easily just think, oh yeah, I can use this on anything I want, when you realize how easy it is. And it has 10 zeroing profiles. We can just hold it steady and freeze the image. Should I be on arrest for this, but we're close enough. I'm just going to go ahead and freeze right there. And so then we're still recording, it shows. We're going to just adjust our x-axis over a little bit. We're going to go down to our y-axis while it's frozen, go down and click enter. And now with the, well, 1 shot that we turned into 2, we should have a new 0. So now we'll go for the head and see if it's still zeroed. Okay, it looks like I went a little too high left, so I'm going to tweak it real quick and then we'll get to shooting. So we have 1 power right here, a 2, a 3, a 4, 5, and a 6. So you can see how that works pretty well. We're going to go 1 power on that paddle. All right, and we should be good to go. So let's demonstrate a little bit. Let's zoom it in a little to 4 power. We got a 75-yard target. Nice. All right, so we're going to try that LaRue target at 100 yards. There we go. There's a buffalo. Let's see. Okay, not near as much drop as I remember. You start to see how fuzzy things can be just because it's a digital zoom. So for instance, that buffalo there, that's 160. And then that 270-yard target way back there, it's pretty fuzzy, but within 100 yards, if you're using it like any red dot, it's pretty good there. Now you're gonna have a 6-hour battery life with this, and what I really see people using this the most for is putting it behind a red dot though as a magnifier. So we took it off of our BNT and we're just gonna slap it onto our M422 just like this right here. Check our eye relief, that'll work. And so we can put it on magnifier mode now, and that'll take our reticle away. When you have it on magnifier mode and we switch to our action cam mode, now our action cam is recording, but it would have stopped our other recording. So sometimes as a hack for you guys, if you want it to record the whole time and then just change things in post, I just go ahead and hide the reticle in standby mode, and then I can record all I want. Now it also has recoil activated mode. It's not recommended for 22 though, but that's great if you're actually gonna hunt with it or something and you don't wanna have to worry about starting and stopping. Once it senses that recoil, it's gonna have recorded, at least on the other DNTs, 6 seconds before your shot and then so many seconds after the shot, so you don't have to worry about that. But we're gonna record manually today by smashing that button. And so here you can see how it has a really wide view. You can see a little bit of my turret cap on the side, And then you have a whole lot of space that's not even through the optic that you can still see downrange. And for a demonstration, we're going to flip it to action cam mode, and it restarted my recording because it's flipping that image for you, so you won't have to flip that in post. But now we can see the camera there and back in business. I'm going to flip it back in and see, because we are on magnifier mode, and the recording stopped. So we're going to keep it on magnifier mode and go from there. So we'll let you see, just on one power, it should be pretty good, pretty easy, and acquisition isn't as hard as I thought. I meant to say today that, hey, if you really want speed, just stick with your red dot and put it in action cam mode, but the acquisition's actually pretty good. And I say that because when you're shooting a red dot, you're focusing at the target, and then you're going to bring that up and just still keep your focus on target. When you're looking at a screen, sometimes you have to kind of refocus your eyes, but by golly, I don't know. For me today, it seems pretty natural and not a big deal. Then when we use our dial at the top, we can use our magnifier. Now, it has different settings, and right now it's at 1 and 3. So we're just on 3 power magnifier, which is really a good deal and about all we need right now. So let's go for 50. Okay, let's go for 75. Good. Let's see, 100 over there. Oh, a little high. Still high. Weird. Okay, I thought I'd have to have more holdover. Let's try to get that buffalo. Tree. There it is. We got the, that's funny, the hits indicator is like right the same size as my Holosun. We're going to give our magnification more. So here you go, see 1 by 3, 1 by 6, 1 to 5. Let's see what happens when we put it 1 to 6. Do we have anything in between? We do. We have a 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, a 5, and a 6. We're looking through a Holosun optic as well, and we still have that kind of image. Let's see if we can hit at 260. There we go. All right, so hitting at even 260 with the little 6x magnifier. That's pretty cool. I think this magnification mode is going to be what everybody really wants to do with it, because you could just kick it out of your way if you don't want it. So if you wanted this as a home defense with backup that you didn't have to worry about electronics, great. You just have it as a magnifier when you want it, or you don't want it, you just kick it out of the way. Now we have it set up right in front of our LPVO optic. So this is what a lot of folks will do if they just want night vision. So we turn the night vision mode on so it's green for you. But I'll tell you what, I'm going to show you the different colors as well, and you don't have to go to the menu to see this, but it'll help you see. You can have black and white, and my favorite's white phosphorus. But for the demonstration, we'll keep it on green, because then everybody will connect this green as night vision mode. Now, you will need to zero it because it's in front of your optic, so it can change the image of what your optic sees, because you're looking at the screen now. And we did that earlier just by sitting on my porch and kind of flipping the optic off and on and seeing if it was still aiming at the same spot through the reticle both times. We're going to see if that worked out in theory, if we can hit a 100-yard target here. When you change it to clip-on mode, it also shrinks everything down so you could see it through your optic, except it does not change where the recording numbers are off the side of the screen, which I think that's something that should probably be addressed with new firmware, because when I press record, I can barely see a number in the top left through my scope. Anyhow, we're going to zoom in with the optic itself. You do not have digital zoom at this point, because I guess it's pretty much the same. The image is not near as clear as just the rifle optic during the day, but again, this is for night vision. Let's see if we hit that target. Nice! So we're zeroed just by messing around with it, never going live. All right, I can see the LaRue target. Cool. I can see the buffalo. Nice. Aiming top of back. We're getting it. Well, I can't really see that 300-yard target, but we're gonna just try. Okay, we can see it good enough. So we'll have some real footage for you though at night. I tell you what was the most fun was throwing it on Airsoft. We did it behind an optic, and I let one of the kids run around with it, and it was a cheap optic though. So you will get a distortion on that and a lot of reflection from a cheap like $30 red dot optic. But when you use it standalone on Airsoft, it was legit. And then absolutely cheating once we're playing at night and everybody else had flashlights and this was on night vision mode. But With night vision mode, it's gonna be not impressive as is. You need a little bit of help of an illuminator. And so we put a cheap illuminator that I had just from Sightmark actually. And it had a really nice wide throw though, but it was the perfect match for this because on one power, on the wide throw, you could see everything that the optic could look through was well illuminated. It's gonna be best within 100 yards. And I was also impressed with how well the night vision worked just on magnifier mode because I figured looking through a hollow sun or something, we're gonna lose a lot of visibility, but it was really usable still. And one more cool feature is the picture-in-picture mode, which will give you kind of just a zoomed in square that you can place anywhere on the screen. And that's gonna be more when you're doing the standalone optic, but it's just a neat feature for you, so you don't have to always zoom, just have it kind of pre-zoomed in your options. So that about wraps it up for the NVMD. I think it's pretty cool. And again, I think a lot of guys are gonna jump on it as a cool magnifier that records and gives you night vision. For me, I know you're gonna see a lot of footage from this because it's just too easy to record in a high definition resolution so that I can show viewers what I'm seeing. So it has a lot of potential there. I didn't go over a few things like, hey, it is 50 BMG rated. Stay tuned, maybe we'll go ahead and test that out. And I didn't mention the app, but that's how I download all the footage from this. And that's the one negative I had about it is the footage doesn't like Mac. Okay, so I had to convert every file, it was like an instant conversion too, so it's just something with the codec doesn't like Mac, but I bet they'll also fix that on the next firmware update. And I know you're always thinking, how much does it cost? It's retailing at $665 right now, but when you use my promo code TOPSHOT10, you're gonna get 10% off of that, so it's gonna be under 600 bucks. But that is without the flip to side mount. That's gonna be an upgrade if you want that. And if you're gonna use it as a magnifier, or you're gonna use it on that action camera mode, you're gonna want that flip to side mount. But I truly think it is a unique system because where else are you gonna have night vision, digital optic with magnification that's a clip-on and that you can see through your red dot and use this as standalone? That's pretty stinking cool. So you can go check it out at dntoptics.com. Thanks for watching today, guys. Okay, I love you, bye-bye.